What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Coming to our fifth part of this Drake versus Kendrick beef.
Yeah, it's been absolutely insane.
Family Matters was the last one that we did. We're doing this all together, all in one day. We're doing all these videos and all these songs because we had no idea what was going on. We'd heard about this stuff, but we're like, yeah, whatever. It's just another rap beef. But this is blown out of proportion.
Yeah, we just did the Family Matters one, like Phil said, and this guy's coming for everybody. He's coming for The Weeknd. He's coming for Rick Ross, A$AP Rocky, Future, Metro Boomin, on top of Kendrick Lamar. So we're like, what?
Yeah, clearly there is a world war going on now.
Yeah.
And this is the final song from Kendrick, Meet the Grams. Now, we know in the last song that Drake did, that last portion where he went at Kendrick, he really, really dug in at Kendrick's family life, we'll say.
Yeah, so I'd say there were some low blows there.
Yeah, his moral compass, and saying, you know, because Kendrick did the same kind of thing and saying Drake wasn't the person who he alludes to be.
Yep.
And that's what basically Drake was saying, but on a much more
like
deeper, personal
level.
Intimate level. And so now we have Meet the Grams. Sounds like we're referring to Drake's family in this one. So Family Matters, and now we're going to Meet the Grams. And the wild thing about this one is that Kendrick released this like the same night. So
Yeah,
this came
a couple hours later, I think.
Last night. And then this is like a couple hours after Drake released his. So in terms of marketing savviness, that's pretty smart too on the part of Kendrick, right? Like, you drop yours, hold on, I'm dropping mine immediately. Take all the shine away from yours.
He obviously had this just ready to go.
Anyways, let's find out what it's all about. Our videos have been getting way too long on these because we get way too excited and into the lyrics that are dropping here. But let's check out Kendrick Lamar, Meet the Grams.
Let's do it.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father, let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man, your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind them. Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor, since your daddy don't teach you shit. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. Never fall in the escort business, that's bad.
We did not waste any time here, did we, Kendrick?
Just coming right in for his
Speaking
kid.
to his son.
Savage.
Oh my God. Literally, dear Adonis.
I wish your grandpa wore a condom.
My God. Okay, let's start again.
Dear Adonis, I'm sorry that man is your father, let me be honest. It takes a man to be a man, your dad is not responsive. I look at him and wish your grandpa would have wore a condom. I'm sorry that you gotta grow up and then stand behind them. Life is hard, I know. The challenges always go beat us home. Sometimes our parents make mistakes that affect us until we grown. And you're a good kid that need good leadership. Let me be your mentor, since your daddy don't teach you shit. Never let a man piss on your leg, son. Either you die right there or pop that man in the head, son. Never fall in the escort business, that's bad religion. Please remember, you could be a bitch even if you got bitches. Never code switch, whether right or wrong. You're a black man, even if it don't benefit your goals. Do some push-ups, get some discipline. Don't cut them corners like your daddy did. Fuck what Ozempic did. Don't pay to play with them Brazilians. Get a gym membership. Understand, no throwing rocks and hiding hands, that's law. Don't be ashamed about who you with, that's how he treats your moms. Don't have a kid to hide again, be sure. 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. Be proud of who you are. Your strength come from within. Lot of superstars, that's real, but your daddy ain't one of them. And you nothing like him. You'll carry yourself as king. Can't understand me right now. Just play this when you 18.
This is wild.
Wow.
This is wild. Oh my God. We thought it was personal before. It is definitely personal now.
Damn.
Don't be ashamed about who you with. That's how he treats your moms.
Well, yeah, because I remember there was all this drama when she first came out and said that she was pregnant. It was Drake's. There's all this stuff about like him saying she's lying, and she exposed all these screenshots of like him saying all this really messed up stuff to her. So yeah.
And then don't have a kid to hide again Be sure 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. I don't know what he's getting at there, but that line was wild. Don't be ashamed about your mom.
Yeah. And then what he's saying here, don't cut them corners. So he's basically implying that Drake took Ozempic to cut corners instead of just going to the gym. Is that what he's saying?
I think he
don't play with them Brazilians. So like they're talking about BBLs, go to the gym.
Right.
That's a play there.
Right.
And cutting corners, and obviously taking Ozempic is cutting corners for fat loss. But he's saying like your daddy did. Like, is he saying that his dad did that? Or
well, I think he's referring to the ab implants that Drake got that's been a going theme thus far, and knowing he got a nose job, so now he's referring to him taking Ozempic or a BBL or something like that.
Yeah, like cutting corners for surgery,
right.
stuff like that.
Now, Drake does work out. I know he does hit the gym frequently. So whether that's true or not, I don't know. The Ozempic, we know that Ozempic's been used. They're getting a lot of branding.
Yeah, seriously.
Rick Ross and Drake and Kendrick now, everybody's going to be buying more Ozempic, that's for sure.
Yeah, and then he also mentioned something about escorting.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he was just saying the business as a whole.
True.
But anyways, let's keep it going.
Silly hands, get a gym membership. Understand, no throwing rocks and hiding hands, that's law. Don't be ashamed about who you with, that's how he treats your moms. Don't have a kid to hide again, be sure. 5% will comprehend, but 95 is lost. Be proud of who you are. Your strength come from within. Lot of superstars, that's real, but your daddy ain't one of them. And you nothing like him. You'll carry yourself as king. Can't understand me right now. Just play this when you 18. Dear Sandra, your son got some habits, I hope you don't undermine them. Especially with all the girls that's hurt inside this climate.
Who's Sandra?
His mom.
Whose mom?
Drake's mom.
Ah, okay.
I think. I'm pretty sure.
Dear Sandra, your son got some habits, I hope you don't undermine them. Especially with all the girls that's hurt inside this climate. You're a woman, so you know how it feels to be in alignment with emotion, hoping a man can see you and not be blinded. Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper, and more paper, and more paper. I'm blaming you for all his gambling addictions, psychopath intuition, the man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualize them with kinks of a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood being the beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on Hovio that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised, and he keeping his child around him. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. Fuck a rap battle, he should die so all of these women can live with a purpose. I've been in this industry 12 years, I'ma tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on, and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims up.
Oh my God, what is happening? I never would have imagined that this is what I would be listening to. My goodness. What is that face? What are you
Is he basically
thinking?
calling these people, like implying that they're like
OVO, sex offenders, that he's saying that is around him.
they like young like kids?
Apparently. This is wild as well. like it's stuff about his dad. Dennis, right?
Yeah.
His dad.
Yeah.
I'm blaming you for all his gambling addiction, psychopathic intuition, the man who liked to play a victim. You raised a horrible person, the nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen, this is wild. Like he's literally addressing his parents, saying your son is that deranged.
Yeah, and then I don't know the specifics. I can't remember, but I know he had a really weird relationship with his dad at one point. Like his dad left to go pursue music or something. Mm-hmm. And I think he also had like, I don't know if it was substance abuse or gambling or something issues. And I remember hearing, again, I don't know how true this is or not, that he was trying to like get money from Drake. So I think that's why he's saying like you should actually be taking more from him type thing. But
this is wild as well. We get in the next line. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think ends like him should die. Him and Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Right.
Who's like obviously the Me Too movement guy.
Yeah. Should get effed up in a cell for the rest of their life. That's like going.
Yeah.
Like you're putting a lot of allegations out there when you say that. Like you can feel like the hate in this is palpable.
Yeah,
like
you're basically saying that he sexually abuses women.
Yeah. Well, we're saying that like, I'm just saying that the stuff that's being said in this, if it's true, these are wild allegations.
Yeah.
Wild.
And then go back one, sorry. So he hates black women, hypersexualizes them with kinks of a nympho fetish. So what, he's saying that he doesn't actually like black women. He's just using them for a kink because of he's not like I don't really understand this part.
It could be just related to if they're going back to the white boy thing. Like he just has a fetish for black women because he wants to be with a black woman to say he's a black woman with a white. I don't know.
True.
I'm just assuming that would be like a nympho fetish kind of thing.
Yeah.
Anyways, let's run it back and listen to it a bit more. But this is just, my mouth was just
Wild.
wide open.
This climate, you a woman, so you know how it feels to be in alignment with emotions, hoping a man can see you and not be blinded. Dear Dennis, you gave birth to a master manipulator. Even using you to prove who he is a huge favor. I think you should ask for more paper and more paper and more paper. I'm blaming you for all his gambling addictions, psychopath intuition, the man that liked to play victim. You raised a horrible fucking person. The nerve of you, Dennis. Sandra, sit down. What I'm about to say is heavy. Now listen. Your son's a sick man with sick thoughts. I think niggas like him should die. Him and Weinstein should get fucked up in a cell for the rest of their life. He hates black women, hypersexualize them with kinks of a nympho fetish. Grew facial hair because he understood being the beard just fit him better. He got sex offenders on Hovio that he keep on a monthly allowance. A child should never be compromised and he keeping his child around him. And we gotta raise our daughters knowing there's predators like him lurking. Fuck a rap battle, he should die so all of these women can live with a purpose. I've been in this industry 12 years, I'ma tell y'all one little secret. It's some weird shit going on and some of these artists be here to police it. They be streamlining victims all inside of their home and calling them tender. Then leak videos of themselves to further push their agendas. To any woman that be playing this music, know that you're playing your sister. Or better yet, selling your niece to the weirdos, not the good ones. Cat Williams, I gave you the truth, so I'ma get mines. The embassy about to get raided too, it's only a matter of time. Hey, Lil Bron, keep the family away. Hey, Curry, keep the family away. To anybody that embody the love for their kids, keep the family away. They looking at you too if you standing by him. Keep the family away. I'm looking to shoot through any pervert that lives. Keep the family safe.
Damn.
Wow.
That's wild.
Literally saying keep your kids away from Drake.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's mind-blowing.
Those are some serious allegations.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm 3 minutes in. Let's keep going. We got another 3 minutes. I don't want to keep talking too long here, so we'll keep it going.
Dear baby girl, I'm sorry that your father not active inside your world. He don't commit to much but it's music, yeah, that's for sure. He a narcissist, misogynist, living inside his songs. Try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own. Should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you. Or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you. Instead he being Turks, paying for sex and popping perks. Examples that you don't deserve. I wanna tell you that you're loved, you're brave, you're kind. You got a gift to change the world and can change your father's mind. Cause our children is the future, but he lives inside confusion. Money's always been illusion, but that's the life he's used to. His father probably didn't claim him neither. History do repeats itself, sometimes it don't need a reason. But I would like to say it's not your fault that he's hiding another child. Give him grace, this the reason I made Mr. Morale. So our babies like you can cope later. Give you some confidence.
Is he saying that Drake is a hidden child that nobody knows about? A daughter?
Yeah, I was wondering where we were going with this because he's been talking about the family, right? All the Meet the Grams, right? All the family, right? And so all of a sudden we have this girl here. And as far as I knew, Drake only has the one kid, right?
Yeah, a son. And then he's basically talking about unclaimed children, like how his dad didn't claim him until later and when he got popular and whatever. But like...
And what did he say?
Where's this random child coming from?
Wow.
That he likes to go to Turks and pop drugs and pay for sex,
Dear
apparently.
baby girl, I'm sorry that your father, not active inside your world, don't commit to much but his music. Yeah, so he's basically saying Drake has a kid. Another girl, 11 years old, he said, right?
Yeah.
I need to take a break, I feel like. I need to go
where is
take
he
a break,
hiding
come
this
back.
random child?
Let's continue. Let's see if Kendrick elaborates. These are huge allegations, my God. And this guy dropped this right after Family Matters. How ironic is that?
They're both talking about each other's families.
Family matters. And then this guy says, okay, you want to talk about your family? I've got a record already done.
Literally
to talk
about your family.
Wow.
And inside his songs, try to destroy families rather than taking care of his own. Should be teaching you timetables or watching Frozen with you, or at your 11th birthday singing poems with you. Instead he being Turks, paying for sex and popping perks, examples that you don't deserve. I want to tell you that you're loved, you're brave, you're kind. You got a gift to change the world and can change your father's mind. Cause our children is the future, but he lives inside confusion. Money's always been illusion, but that's the life he's used to. His father probably didn't claim him neither. History do repeats itself, sometimes it don't need a reason. But I would like to say it's not your fault that he's hiding another child. Give him grace, this the reason I made Mr. Morale, so our babies like you can cope later. Give you some confidence to go through something, it's hope later. I never want to hear you chasing man cause it's felt behavior. Sitting in the club with sugar daddies for validation. You need to know that love is eternity and trumps all pain. I tell you who your father is, just play this song when it rains. Yes, he's a hit maker, songwriter, superstar, right? And a fucking dead beat that should never say more life. Meet the Grams.
We still got more?
Dear Hybrid, I know you probably thinking I wanted to crash your party, but truthfully I don't have a hating bone in my body. It's supposed to be a good exhibition within the game, but you fucked up the moment you called out my family's name. Why you had to stoop so low to discredit some decent people? Guess integrity is lost when the metaphors doesn't reach you. And I like to understand cause your house was never a home. 37 but you showing up as a 7-year-old. You got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems, bad with money, whorehouse, soliciting women problems. Therapy's a lovely start, but I suggest some ayahuasca, strip the ego from the bottom. I try to empathize with you, cause I know that you ain't been through nothing. Crave entitlement, but wanna be like so bad that it's puzzling. No dominance, let's recap moments when you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friend, no culture cachet to binge. Just disrespecting your mother, identities on the fence. Don't know which family will love you. The skin that you living in is compromised in personas. Can't channel your masculine even when standing next to a woman. You a body shamer, you go hide them baby mamas, ain't you? You embarrassed of them, that's not right, that ain't how mama raised us. Take that mask off, I wanna see what's under them achievements. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Cause you lied about religious views, you lied about your surgery, you lied about your accent and your past tense, all is perjury. You lied about your ghost riders, you lied about your crew members, they all pussy, you lied on them, I know they all got you in them. You lied about your son, you lied about your daughter, you lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle, this a long life battle with yourself.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Unbelievable. Unreal. I just can't even believe I just heard all that. He destroyed him.
My mind is blown right now. I feel like this is very different. Well, I mean, not completely, but very different than Euphoria, because I feel like this was less with like weird kind of cryptic analogies,
well,
and this was just like that. Very direct.
Well, he even said that. He said that you didn't understand my metaphors that I was using, and you literally went at me personally and talked about my family.
Yeah, so now I'm going to do the same thing to you.
And wow, that's just wild.
You made the bed, now you got to sleep in it.
This is
what
crazy.
He's saying.
Like, I don't think he can make a better diss record than this. I'm sorry. I think Drake lost. This is done. It's R.I.P. Drake on this one. Like, this is just.
I want to know how much all of this is. Much of all of this is true.
Yeah, that's a valid point.
Thing.
That's a valid
because
point.
Because if you're just making things up, like that's not really.
But even this last verse, we're gonna run it back. We're gonna play it again. Even this last verse, though, like after saying all that and after highlighting all of this, all the problems that you got as a man, and you know the way you carry yourself and all this stuff, and then he literally highlights all these things, which we know with Drake, like this is basically who he promotes himself to be. He's not shy about this person. He doesn't care about being this person, right? So if this is who he is, it shouldn't bother him, right? But like you said, you got gambling problems, you got drinking problems. You know, he's got his
peel popping and spending problems.
Yeah, so he talks about perks. He talks about spending problems. I wouldn't really put much into that, but gambling problems. He's got to deal with stake, right? You always see him posting massive bets all the time. Drinking problems. He's obviously got his own alcohol that he sells, right? And so like these are things that he is embodying who he is, right? And then Kendrick just basically went in and after talking about all like his family, essentially is saying like, you are a product of, you know, these problems. Like, it's wild when you think of the complexity of this whole diss track.
Yeah.
The way, like, as you said, even if those things aren't true, he still went at his
son.
dad and kind of what that led into, talked about his crew and how like they're very suspect. So like, even if the thing with his 11-year-old daughter isn't true, I still think this is like, you can't come back from this.
Wild.
Anyways, let's
I'm mind blown.
let's run this back. Let another minute and a half here. We'll listen to this again because this is just crazy to me.
I also couldn't imagine like somebody writing this about me and me listening to this for the first time. Like, I'd be like,
That's what I mean. That's what I'm that's what I'm doing. I'm like, how would I feel listening to this about me?
yeah.
And how would I deal with it? All right, let's go.
Decent people, guess integrity is lost when the metaphors doesn't reach you. And I like to understand, cause your house was never a home. 37, but you showing up as a 7-year-old. You got gambling problems, drinking problems, pill popping and spending problems. Bad with money, whorehouse, soliciting women problems. Therapy's a lovely start, but I suggest some ayahuasca. Strip the ego from the bottom. I try to empathize with you, cause I know that you ain't been through nothing. Crave entitlement, but wanna be like so bad that it's puzzling. No dominance, let's recap moments when you didn't fit in. No secret handshakes with your friend, no culture cachet to binge. Just disrespecting your mother, identities on the fence. Don't know which family will love you. The skin that you living in is compromised and personas can't channel your masculine. Even when standing next to a woman, you a body shamer. You go hide them baby mamas, ain't you? You embarrassed of them, that's not right, that ain't how mama raised us. Take that mask off, I wanna see what's under them achievements. Why believe you? You never gave us nothing to believe in. Cause you lied about religious views, you lied about your surgery, you lied about your accent and your past tense, all is perjury. You lied about your ghostwriters, you lied about your crew members, they all pussy, you lied on them, I know they all got you in them. You lied about your son, you lied about your daughter, you lied about them other kids that's out there hoping that you come. You lied about the only artist that can offer you some help. Fuck a rap battle, this a long life battle with yourself.
And that line to end with, F
Yeah.
a rap battle, this is a lifelong battle with yourself. That is
Yeah.
unbelievably
Like your identity that's clearly,
crazy to end with that.
Yeah.
That last bar. Like you said, just closing out the track with that. And all those things again, like, I'm not trying to, you know, I know like Drake fans are probably going to hate on me for this because, you know, he's got a lot of fans out there, but Drake has a history of doing a lot of this where, not this part, you lied about your religious views, you lied about your surgery, you lied about your accent, you lied, like, he has a history of kind of like saying things or acting a certain way, you know, with the accent or, you know, saying, you know, putting a religious view 1 second and then doing something that doesn't fit in line with living your life that way the next second. Yeah. And, you know, just there's the ghostwriter ideas out there as well that people are pretty confident that Drake uses ghostwriters, but he'll never admit to that at this point. So
yeah, well, for a long time, I don't think he like really shared a lot about, like, he's Jewish, so like I don't think he ever really shared a lot about that.
His
like
history
when he,
and,
yeah, and like he like, I mean, I doubt it. Like from what I heard, I don't think it was the most prosperous situation, but he grew up in Forest Hill, which is like not the slums by any means of Toronto.
Yeah. And then, you know, the crew members, we just have seen throughout this whole process that Drake obviously has a lot of people that are coming at him and he's going at a lot of people. So everything wasn't as it seems in a lot of respects. And so I think that, you know, although there may be not a lot of truth to this, you know, or sorry, there may be things that aren't true in this. Mm-hmm. To me, it's very, very much getting at who Drake has built himself up to be, you know, part of that great
like kind
success.
Of saying like you put yourself in this position.
Yeah, part of that great success that he's built for himself has been, you know, he's played these roles and just
the
done
images that he
and gone back and forth. And to Kendrick's credit, he hasn't done that. He's stayed the same the whole time. And you know, and then you kind of have, I think in the last song, Family Matters, questioned that identity, and it seems like Kendrick's now that hit Kendrick hard. And this was the response.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing that's so challenging is that you never really know what goes on behind closed doors and like what relationships people have with other people and what their personality really is like. And it's like you're only going to ever see what a celebrity wants you to see.
Of course, yeah.
Right? So, I mean, on both of their sides, it's like, you're only ever
know.
going to know what you see on Instagram, Wikipedia, whatever. So it's so hard to know what's true and what's not. But just based off of what was spoken, assuming all of this is true, might not be, I feel like Kendrick at this point has had the last say. Like, he's definitely been the one who's come
He got
out on
ethered.
top. Yeah,
You just
but
got
we
ethered
don't know
with
what
this.
Drake's going to come back with.
It doesn't matter.
You don't think so?
I don't think it matters. Like, after I thought Family Matters was great. I thought it was a great song. I think it was a great diss record. I said in that, I was like, this is going to be looked back. When we look back at this one, it's going to be one of the big diss records that really blew up. And that said, this is just next level. Like, he went to a place that I don't think, we know Drake already has used short jokes, for example, like, 5 times at this point.
More than that.
And what he did with this, like, I think that's part of, Drake putting his whole life out there, right?
Yeah.
His dad, his mom, his kid. Like, I don't know anything about Kendrick Lamar's history.
Well, I feel like I'm not the best to speak about that because I've never made the effort to learn anything about Kendrick Lamar because I've never cared to really know about him or listen
I think
to
if
him.
you go to his Instagram right now, I think he has like one post.
Really?
On his Instagram. Yeah, I could be wrong about that. I don't think he has a ton of followers or anything, but that's because he only has one post. And so my point with that is he just doesn't post everything all over social media. When you do that, as Drake has done, you then make yourself a target, right? You put all your stuff, that's more ammunition for your enemies. And now you have an enemy.
Right. He only has 2 posts.
When publicly you put yourself out there frequently, it's going to lead to this, right? When you have an enemy.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna have pros and cons, right? Like, obviously Drake put himself out there and he has the repercussions, but for him, I guess that was the choice he made for his marketing, right? And to be able to sell more records and make more money, and you pick and choose, I guess, what's more important to you.
Yeah. So clearly, I think this is game over, knockout punch. Kendrick has killed it. This has been this might be the best diss record I've ever heard of all time, in terms of just the ferocity and I'm just blown away.
The one thing that stands out to me with Kendrick Lamar's is that he doesn't need some like super hard hitting beat or like some like aggressive rap delivery style. It's all in his penmanship that is packed with a punch, right? Like obviously his cadence and the way that he delivers it adds to that, but it's the rhymes and the lyrics that he puts together that have the most impact. Whereas with Drake, I feel like it's less about like what he's saying specifically and more about how he's saying it and how he's delivering it. Like with Drake, I was more like, he was obviously saying things that I was like, damn, but it was like, he kind of came back with a vengeance. And I feel like that vengeance was felt. It was very dark and like, very like, okay, I'm coming for a head. Whereas with Kendrick Lamar, like it's not that vibe. It's just what he's saying that has impact.
Yeah. Well, that makes it more impactful as well. Is that he didn't need to say it in a certain way or act tough or do anything. Yeah. He just wrote his pen and like you said, put it on this beat that's just like, no hook, nothing.
And I feel like his beats are a lot more like melodic and his flow is a lot more like laid back, whereas like Drake's is a lot more like boom.
Yeah. Don't get caught with that, guys. Boom. I agree. I think that Kendrick I think this is highlights though why people have said Drake is better than Kendrick or vice versa or whatever. Eminem, you have people that have said from a rapper, lyricist component, so-and-so is better. But this is really when you see it. It's like when you get into a situation where it's mano a mano and, you're put to the test. Like Drake was good. He was great. He put together a great diss record. But when you just put Kendrick on blast and gave him no choice but to use his best weapon in his pen and his lyricism to come back at you. And what was the result?
Yeah.
Right? And you got slaughtered. And that's unfortunately what's going to happen.
The only way I could see at this point it living on to continued to be debated would be if Drake came back sharing some sort of information that had more of a shock value than this.
Yeah. But I just think there's so much to this. It's impossible. Like, I just don't think you're ever going to find enough on Kendrick at this point.
I also need answers. Like,
yes, but
is Drake actually a pedophile? Can somebody please tell me that? Because I'm a little bit confused.
Well, also, I mean, like, you basically just said, like, he's almost like Jeffrey Epstein in some sense. Harvey Weinstein, like Jeffrey Epstein feel.
I need answers with this.
Anyways,
how much of this is true, guys? Go dig some dirt up and let me know.
We'll leave it there.
I need some sources.
But anyways, hopefully you guys enjoyed our reactions, guys. This is wild to me. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of spillover effect. Hopefully it stays on wax at that. But this has gotten real personal. It does remind me of like a Tupac Biggie beef to some extent. I think we moved beyond Jay-Z and Nas, to be honest. I think this has gotten much more personal. I don't know how that's possible, but I gotta say, I appreciate both contributions from both artists from a music standpoint.
Yeah, this has been very entertaining nonetheless.
Yeah. Let us know what you think down below in those comments, guys. Hit the like button for us. Hit the subscribe and notification bell as well. Let us know if you want to see more hip hop on our channel. That's it from us today. We'll be back with another one tomorrow. We'll see you then.
Thanks for watching, guys.